But now a bombshell, the first driverless robot car death on a public road involving ride-sharing company Uber. It's now suspending its robot car program after a woman was struck and killed by one of its robot cars at 10 o'clock last night in Tempe, Arizona. Attorney Emily Compagno joins me now. Emily, I mean, how worried are you about robot cars killing people? We thought they were supposed to stop traffic fatalities.
Right, and it's hard because in this field, which is novel, one death is one death too many. But in the larger picture, we see up to 50 million disabled and injury results from car crashes a year and millions of death, right? It's the highest cause of death in the country. But again, the argument for autonomous vehicles, in part, is that it's supposed to be safer because it removes that human element. But in situations like this, is it possible that the human element, the ability to be malleable and to react to things, that is ultimately what would render an autonomous vehicle safer? So It kind of begs a larger question, right? But what we're seeing this play out is going to be in the regulatory field. The reason that Arizona has so many tech companies playing in that field now is because they've said they're taking an accommodating approach to not regulate the autonomous driving
Emily,
field there.
I hear what you're saying. We hear so many glowing statements about how great robot cars are going to be. But you know what's not being discussed, Emily, is this. Robot cars have been found to not properly read highway signs if those highway signs have been slightly altered. They don't know how to read it. And some of these robot cars don't even network and talk to other robot cars. That's a big deal for Apple. Apple can't have its own Apple closed system in these cars. So the thing is, Emily, we still haven't figured out who is going to be liable for robot car deaths. Is it companies like Uber or the software?
Right. Well, in every case, it's going to be a different analysis as to who or what is responsible, right? So we saw in a large accident earlier that didn't involve a fatality, the human driver that was in the autonomous vehicle, he was ultimately held responsible because of that. In another major crash, it was the other driver of the car that T-boned the autonomous driving vehicle. And I think the larger answer to your question is that this is why this test phase is so important. This is why we're not ready to hit the roads yet. This is why kind of a safe physical area for these cars to be tested is so crucial,
right?
Because otherwise we're going to see more fatalities.
That's the thing, Emily, because this is like we're just at the beginning stages of this, and now we have a woman killed by a robot car, right? I mean, this is a big deal.
Yeah, and note that just next month or in April, California has maintained that they will now allow test driving of these autonomous vehicles without the human driver inside, right? Up until now, it's just been Arizona. So that's something that we're going to see now, a huge test zone there. That's the physical side of Silicon Valley, right? So we'll see a lot more.
Emily, we need you back on. We love having you on to break it all down and drill into this. You're terrific. Please come back on the show. Good to see you. More after the break.